Jonathan Bluth here for BridgetMarieMagazine.com, and today I'm here with our September cover model, Nathan Kress.
Oh, hello.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So, I'm wondering, in one sentence, could you give us a mini bio on who Nathan Kress is?
Wow, you're just coming right out of the gate with the hard-hitting questions.
I want to know. I want to know who you are.
That's a lot of pressure. Born and raised LA kid doing what he loves to do.
How did you get into acting?
Well, I started when I was really young. I just turned 3 years old, and I think one of the things that my parents kind of thought maybe this was something that I wanted to do was I started talking when I was very young.
I could see that.
Yeah, believe it or not, I was a talker, and I started whenever I would watch things on TV, I would memorize it and I would recite it back to my family, and I'd like demand that it be on camera and everything, and. My parents kind of thought, oh, maybe this is something he would enjoy doing professionally, and shoot, save up some money for college or whatever. So I did. I did it for several years, and then when I was 6, I eventually just kind of lost interest. It just stopped being fun for me, and then I decided to just get out and not really think about it, go to normal school, do normal kid stuff, and I did for another 5 years, and then I started doing my school plays, which sort of piqued my interest in acting again. So then at 11 years old, I asked my parents to take me out of school and homeschool me so that I could try it professionally again. So I've been doing it from 11 to now, 21, nonstop. And then so I got into it when I was 11, and then when I was 14, we started iCarly, and that kind of catapulted.
So besides acting, what are some other passions of yours?
Oh man. Well, it's kind of out of nowhere. Well, it's not out of nowhere, but it's really random compared to what I'm doing right now. But I've always been very interested in anything military or law enforcement, and a lot of that just comes from my dad being a cop.
What was it like growing up in front of everyone?
It was rough, man. I mean, hitting. It was nice because between the first and second seasons of iCarly is when puberty just like boom, and everything just started happening. So it was nice because that massive change happened on a hiatus. So it wasn't literally happening in front of people's eyes. So I showed up for the next season, and
you're just a totally different person.
Yeah. And I mean, I kept growing a ton after that, but the biggest change fortunately happened where it wasn't completely in the public eye.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
Yeah, lucky him, huh?
Just that's the story of my life. But yeah, it was kind of awkward. But at the same time, I feel like people were sort of able to relate to it because the people who were watching the show are people who were going through the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So I think it would just kind of show people, oh, I'm not alone. I'm not the only person who's dealing with this.
Yeah.
I just happened to be the one who was having it recorded all the time.
Do you have like a dream co-star you want to work with in something?
It's hard because, like, for example, Denzel Washington has always been my acting hero. And so I've always thought, it'd be great to do a project with him, but it would be really hard because I would be spending so much time focusing on just watching him.
Have you had any awkward fan experiences?
Yeah.
What's your weirdest one?
I think it wasn't really weird, but it was really scary. I somewhat recently had my first passing out episode with a fan. It kind of goes in stages.
Wow.
I had my first crier pretty early on. That's, believe it or not, it's kind of a normal thing. Not too long after that, I had my first puker. That was an interesting one.
I didn't know there was classifications like this.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a thing.
Or...
It's in the actor handbook.
Okay.
You get passed around when you get to LA. That's not true. But she was super young, and she was just really nervous, so she left it all on stage for me to enjoy. But then after that, I had my first girl pass out, and she just got like really overwhelmed. I think she like locked her knees and held her breath, and she got up there, and I don't even think I had the chance to hug her yet.
You have some really exciting stuff coming up. Tell us about Into the Storm.
Yes, Into the Storm is a very intense, fast-paced, found footage. Well, we're technically, I guess I can't call it found footage anymore. The new style of it we've decided is called first-person narrative, where basically it puts you on the ground from the perspective of the people who are living the movie. And the story is that it's a massive system of tornadoes that is systematically wiping out this town of Silverton, Oklahoma. And it tells the story from the perspective of the townspeople, who are myself, my dad, Richard Armitage, my older brother, Max Deacon, and his lady friend, played by Alicia Denham Carey. And me and my older brother, we have our video cameras out conveniently on that day because we're doing a time capsule for our school. And the storm happens to roll in while the cameras are out, so we just keep going throughout the movie. And it's also told from the perspective of some storm chasers who are there on purpose, and they're seeking out the once-in-a-lifetime shot of being in the eye of a tornado. And then there's also the amateur, wannabe YouTube vloggers who are going in with a plywood armored pickup truck and trying to do the same thing as the storm chasers. So there's definitely some comedic elements there, but it's very intense and it's absolutely gorgeous looking. But the thing that I think kind of sets it apart is that it really does focus on the human element of the storm, not just showcasing this massive visual effects masterpiece, but it's really more about kind of a study into how people react to the storm and whether they choose to run or go into it. Because everybody has their own motivations for being there, and you see a very, very specific change in every character from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie, and we actually showcase that in a very specific way. So it's not just this unrelenting string of action and computer generated stuff. There's a real story in it that I think is really powerful, and it says a lot about how things actually are when massive natural disasters do happen, because some of the stories are definitely taken from real life incidents.
What future projects? Anything else coming up that you can tell us about?
The most recent thing that I can talk about is actually a web series that I did called BGHS. That's actually the whole channel and the whole series has gotten incredibly popular. It was created by Freddie Wong and Matt Arnold, who are huge on YouTube right now.
Now I have a couple questions about your fashion style and all that kind of stuff. These are kind of hard to answer, I think, but I don't
It'd be hard if I had an answer for any of that at all. Shoot,
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. In one word, describe your personal style.
Can it be hyphenated?
Yes.
Because that's really hard.
I'll accept a hyphenated answer.
Classy casual.
What is one thing in your closet you will never get rid of?
Okay, well it's not really, I don't think I've ever actually worn it once, but it's just a really cool souvenir, so I have to keep it. When we were doing iCarly, we went on it was almost like a mini USO tour. Like we visited a bunch of bases, and all over the country for Marines, Navy, Air Force, and I think the Army too. But it was leading up to the episode that we had Michelle Obama on, and it was all about kind of a pro-military support initiative that she was doing. And so we went to all these bases and we screened the episode for the families that were there. And the first place that we went down to Pendleton, and they gave us all full-on what the pilots wear flight jackets.
All right, so I say you say.
Okay.
Kids' Choice Awards.
Slime.
Nathan Kress.
Me!
Bridget Marie Magazine.
A classy lady.
Fashion.
Ugh.
Donut.
Yes.
Young Hollywood.
There's so many things I want to say. Life. I don't know. It's just life right now.
Love.
Good.
Hollywood crush.
Keira Knightley.
Favorite food.
Barbecue.
Time you go to bed.
Relative.
Favorite childhood movie.
Oh, I guess Star Wars. Yeah.
All right, the next game is called First Last. So first thought this morning.
Can I explain it?
Yes.
Okay. My first thought this morning was thank goodness, because I was having a dream.
Last sweet thing you ate.
and limited edition Reese's Oreo. That was so good.
Impressive.
It was very good.
First time you got recognized.
I was at the Ronald McDonald, I don't remember what they call it, Carnival for Good Times or something like that. It's a Halloween event that they do every year. And I think it was my first event that I went to after the episode, the first episode came out. And from like 50 feet away, some girl was like, "Hi, Freddie from iCarly!" Hello! And from then on it was very interesting. But I remember that being the first time.
That's fun. The last time you got recognized.
Last time I got recognized. Everybody knew I was going to be there, but the Young Hollywood Awards, there was people who figured out who I was. So that's kind of cheating, but it's true.
Yeah, it's true. First pet's name.
First pet's name. I don't know if he was literally the first, but I had a goldfish named Mark. I don't know why I like that name. It's not really a fitting name for a goldfish.
How long did he live? Did he die quick?
Not long.
Yeah, no, Mark probably.
Really not long.
Goldfish don't last
Yeah.
long. The last thing you bought but really shouldn't have.
See, that's actually kind of my thing. I don't do that.
That's good.
I don't buy stuff. Actually, well, this is a really crappy answer, but I spent like $40 on an alteration for sleeves on the jacket that I wore to the Young Hollywood Awards, and I wasn't supposed to spend that much money.
Well, how can people find you on Twitter and Instagram?
Okay. Twitter is just my name, Nathan Kress. Instagram is just my name, Nathan Kress. Facebook is not. It's official Nathan Kress. I just made it like 3 days ago, so I'm very new at the whole Facebook thing. And then I just made I only have 2, but I just made a Vine, and that's just my name too.
Cool. Kress. Well, thank you so much for being here. You were
thank
awesome.
you for having me.
BridgetMarieMagazine.com. Check it out, and have a great day.
All right. Great.
Yeah. And then he puts it in a blooper thing at the end.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I love bloopers. I'm great.
I wish it was just the bloopers. In every interview, I always call Jason a prick too. So I'll do that.
Oh, good. Great.
From being famous or having, this is not the most comfortable thing, Jason.
It's hard to have posture on stools.
I know. I think that I actually started reading questions from the wrong thing.
You're either comfortable and you're like chilling like this, or you're like, but you can't hunch.
No, I know
Because
he's such a prick. He does this on purpose. My mom loves that kind of movie.
Really?
So mom, that's her
All right,
favorite
Mom.
kind of thing.
You're up.
Sandy.
Sandy.
Sandy's gonna see
Talking
it.
to you, Sandy.